Alrighty, another video. I was going to wait to do this one, and I stated I was going to make this one a while ago about not photographing the gang fags. But it looks like it could be timely for somebody. You know, there's a guy that I watch, not every day, but close to every day. And what this guy does is, on his drive home from work, he just turns his camera on and talks as he drives home. And he could be talking about the price of silver, he could be talking about, you know, some idiot at work, he could be talking about, you know, a car mechanic that tried to rip him off or whatever. And he's just talking as he's driving down the road. And he'll be talking, and here comes this black Silverado with a ladder hanging out the back, cuts him off on the freeway. And you know, there's like 6 lanes of freeway, and there's, you know, light traffic, and here this guy cuts him off like, you know, he's in a Daytona 500 race or something. And he doesn't say a word, doesn't mention it. You know, the camera picks his plate up, and he doesn't say a word. He just keeps talking and acts like he didn't even notice. And he'll just be talking and talking, and next thing you know, here comes that black Silverado with the ladder again. Same plate. So if somebody complained, "Wah, you violate my privacy," people see other people's license plates all the time. All the time. On the news, on, you know, you're filming your friend talking and cars drive by. So it might be the commentary that might be the issue. You don't need no commentary. People can see what's going on. And, you know, it's like if this guy said, "Did you see that black truck?" It's like overkill. It's unnecessary. Everybody saw that. Everybody saw it the second time. So it's like, it's obvious what's going on with this guy. The commentary about it is unnecessary, and that might be the issue where somebody can, you know, pull out little technicalities and that kind of stuff. Maybe that's not necessary. But let me give you guys an idea. And I told you I won't give up my secrets until I have something better. And this is what I was doing previous to now. In that, let's say you're a woman, you break up with your boyfriend, or one of your fan club members got a little too amorous or crossed the line, and you cut him off. And you go to the mall, and you see him over there in the corner. And then you go to Golden Corral to have lunch with your girlfriend. You see him there too. And then you go to your mother's house, and he drives by. That's all a judge would need for a restraining order. Now what if it was a stranger? How much evidence do you need for a stranger? Not much more. I'd do 4 times. Let me tell you about probabilities. Well, not statistics, but probability, patterns, and that. I was at Hill Air Force Base, and these guys are changing fighter tires. They're taking brand new tires and they're putting them on a fighter that has brand new tires. And I'm saying, why are we changing brand new tires for brand new tires? And he says, because these have already been landed on 3 times. 3 times they're still brand new. He said, let me explain it like this. Brand new tires on a fighter jet, the first time you land on them, now I don't remember the exact numbers, I'm just going to make a point here. Give you the point that I got. The first time you land on these tires, your chances of having a blowout crash are about 1 in 8 million. On the second landing, your chance of a blowout crash is about 1 in 7 million. The chances of having a blowout crash on your third landing is about 1 in a million. The chance of having a blowout crash on the fourth landing is about 1 in 600. Oh, he says, you want to pay for them tires or you want to pay for that jet? I get your point, sir. That's the power. Now, let's extend that. Let's say you made that fourth landing and you're going for 5. That fifth landing is going to be a mathematical certainty. And when it goes beyond that, it increases exponentially. This becomes a complex pattern. Remember, 3 times is all anybody goes by. The first time's random, the second time's coincidence, the third time creates a pattern. 4th, 5th, 6th, that's a complex pattern. You get into 15, 16, 20, you're talking super complex patterns. If a judge wanted to know the likelihood and brought in a statistician, 3 is enough. 4th is a mathematical certainty. 5th and all that, it goes exponentially the other way. So you landed the 4th time. Let's go to the 5th time. The 5th time, it's going to be like, say, 1 chance out of 1,000,000 you're not going to crash. The 6th time, you've got 1 chance out of like 100 million that you're not going to crash. So if you see this guy 5 times, 6 times, a judge is going to give you a restraining order. Now, your gang fags ain't going away tomorrow. Your gang fags ain't going away next month. And I hate to tell you, your gang fags ain't going away next year. So you got a year to plan. You got a year to come up with some schemes to catch them, to protect yourself even more. You've got time to fight back. Simple. Remote control cameras. You know you're going to go back to the store. You've got to find a way to plant cameras without being seen. Keep them turned off. When you pull into the parking lot, hit the on button. Then one day, totally unrelated, stop by, grab it out of the bush and go. Get your evidence like that. Remember I told you about that guy with the supermarket a long time ago? Not supermarket, shopping mall. A long time ago. How many different vehicles do you think I have Grizzly McFagums in? Do you think that'd convince a judge something? Every day, I get enough for at least one more restraining order. I'll give you an example. A couple of weeks ago, I was going from one job site to another job site. The job site I was leaving was Memphis. The job site I was going to was Lexington. In Memphis, I'm on a side street. I'm not on the freeway, I'm on a side street. And I see this Kentucky plate go by, 057 Wifey, WFY. And I notice this guy because it's the ugliest owl shit colored Tacoma you have ever seen in your life. It is nasty looking, and it's like, I just want to gag when I look at that fucking truck. It's so ugly. I recognize this plate because I've seen him over there by West Virginia. So I leave Memphis. I'm not sure which way I want to go. If I want to take 40 or if I want to take 51. I go up 51. Choo! Here goes Wifey. I'm going to go back down to 40 and take that way because it's faster. Might be shorter miles, but it's faster. So anyway, I go back down to 40. I'm going down. There goes Wifey. I saw 057 Wifey 6 times in between Memphis and Lexington. You think that's not a restraining order? The thing is, I've got him like 2 or 3 times besides on that one trip. I've got him at least in West Virginia. I think I've got him down there in Atlanta somewhere. Or North Georgia, somewhere like that. What about that guy in the Mercedes that followed me from Lexington all the way to Kansas City? Do you think I really need to see him 6 times? I don't. Let me tell you another one. Oh, where was I? I don't remember where I was, but there was a black truck, a black pickup truck, that I'm driving down the road. Right in front of me, he pulls over, sticks his hand out the window with his little Masonic gang sign, and then he takes off. He's gone like a rocket. I shit you not, an hour and a half later, I was in wherever it was. I was 100 miles down the road. A white truck pulls right in front of me off of the on-ramp, sticks his hand out the window, does his little Masonic gang signs, and takes off. Now, do you think I can put them in that restraining order list and not have to see them 6 times? Of course I can. Of course I can. That little Masonic gang sign there connected them all. Every day, I come up with at least enough to get another restraining order. Now, when I walk in with one restraining order, that's one thing. No big deal. When I walk in with 3 of them, what about 4 of them? 4 of them would prove surveillance, right? If I walked in with 4 of them, that is a pattern. The thing is how long have I been videoing these guys? I have got at least one every day that I could add to the restraining order pile. Do you know how many that is? It means I've got at least 150 that I could get restraining orders. There's like 150 over here still waiting for that 5th and 6th time. And then there's the ones that if I threw them in, they'd fit. But they haven't done 5 or 6 times yet. This would, if I found the right judge, this would spark an investigation. want something better, I'm going for something different. If I found the right judge who wasn't well, I won't say that. He could initialize an investigation. What did all these people have in common? There has to be a communication method. There has to be some connection between these guys. Maybe they all have Sam's Club cards. Maybe they all own a Burger King franchise. Maybe they all go to the Church of the Sacred Pet Rock. There's connections here somehow. Plus, there has to be, let me tell you another one. One day, I'm flying down the freeway. I know there's no cars ahead of me for a long while. I can see at least 3/4 mile or maybe a full mile behind me. There's nothing. Pew! Took the exit. Pew! Took off looking for a side street to turn down and go hide in the bushes so I can get my camera out and film anybody that comes looking for me. I couldn't find anywhere. There was no side streets. But I went down about 3 miles, I think it was, pulled into this little tiny gas station. This thing only had like 2 pumps. Little tiny gas station. Only the little, the farm people around that area would go to this place. But it had a huge dirt parking lot. I pulled in way in the back, way in the corner, parked, jumped out, grabbed my camera, went up into the woods. I know they're going to come looking for me. I'm sitting there for, I don't know, about 10, 15 minutes. The max is about a half hour. After about a half hour, they really come looking for me. They like give me a half hour to, get it out of my system. I'm tired of waiting, I gotta go. And, that kind of stuff. But after about 15 minutes, a car came, and this is a little tiny 2-lane road. There's nothing else on this road. No stores, no houses, no nothing. It's woods and this little gas station and farms that are way off of the road. But a car comes up, flips a U-turn, takes off. About 5 minutes after that, another car comes, flips a U-turn, goes back. Next thing you know, 5 cars pull in. One parks on that side of me, one parks on this side of me. One acts like he's going to get, 2 acted like they were going to get gas, and then one pulled in and went inside, all at the same time. Right behind them was a state trooper, and this state trooper blocked the driveway. This state trooper blocked the driveway. Nobody could get in, nobody could get out. They sat there for a while, doing absolutely nothing. Nobody moved, except for that guy that went inside and the other 2 pretending to get gas, or maybe they really were getting gas. But the state trooper is blocking the driveway. He's parked like this in the driveway of that little tiny gas station. And I'm just filming the shit out of this whole thing. I guess they finally put it together. It's a trick! Everybody, that cop was out of there like a rocket. He was gone. This state trooper took off like a rocket. Everybody else took off as well, except for the guy that went inside. And I guess he was going to be the holdout and, wait for me to leave. After all that, I ended up getting back in my car and taking off. Everything was fine. But what do you think if I showed that to a judge and threw it in with all of those restraining orders? He'd say, you know what, bring me that trooper. He'd say, can you explain this video, sir? He'd say, yes, sir, somebody requested my assistance, and this, that, and that. How did they request your assistance? Was it via dispatch? Was it via your cell phone? Was it in person? How did you know that this person requesting your assistance was legitimate? How did you know anything about what this was going on? Now, if it was from dispatch, there will be records, who called in, who, all that stuff, the phone number, everything. If it was on his cell phone, well, let us see your cell phone, sir. See who called you and all this other kind of stuff. It was text message. Oh, I don't have that phone anymore. Well, you can get the records from the phone company. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. You got to think long term. You cannot look at each individual incident in isolation. You have to look at the homogeneous conglomeration of all these incidents put together and build from there. Your gang stalking it's not gonna be done tomorrow, next week, next month, or next year. You've got time to plan. Plan a strategy. Strategy is your kill shot. Strategy is what you're aiming for. Tactics are what you're gonna do to get there. You've got plenty of time to think about it. I always told you guys about a Section 1983 lawsuit, which is for violating your civil rights, but this is when entities of the government violate your rights. This is not a government entity. However, Trump has a new executive order, I think it's an executive order, that allows you to go after organizations that violate your rights. This would be included in that. And this has led to lawsuits against YouTube already, Google already, Twitter. There's lawsuits all over the place now because of Trump's new executive order, making them responsible for violating rights as well. My interpretation is that it can be applied there, but I'm not an attorney, don't listen to me. But I am seeing people use that against YouTube. If they can use it against YouTube, you can use it against some gang fags anyway. I've got a lot more to say on this, but like I said, I'm not going to give up these secrets unless I got something better. I got something much better than what I've just described here. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there for right now because I'm running out of thoughts. I'm trying to do too many things at one time. Anyway, I hope that helps. I'll talk to you later. Bye.